Hey dude, Buckaroos, how the heck are you? Well, there's some Christmas tunes here. It's that time, man. Hey, so I just picked up this winter pack from Urban Chestnut. Pick it up and show you here. It's their winter Imperial box. It has two different beers in them. Let me show you. It has four of each of their ErlKonig, the Elf King. It's a dry hopped Imperial wheat and the Thrails Russian Imperial Stout. But we're having the wheat here to start with. I did look up the particulars on it just so you know. It is 8%, 20 IBUs, uses Cascade and Hersbrucker hops, Pilsner, Munich, and wheat ales. It's from their Revolution series. Now they do two different series of beer: the Reverence and the Revolution. The Reverence being, well, Reverend, the Reverends. They are paying homage to classic styles, and they don't typically get too far out of the box because that's what the Revolution series is for. Oh well, I've had this before, but it's been a very long time, and this is a new label since I've had it. They don't give you any information on their labels. They used to. ErlKonig, the German Elf King. Yeah, they don't give the. At one time, they put the particulars on there and told you a little about it. Other than it is a dry hopped Imperial wheat. I believe at one time they referred to it as a wheat wine, but it just says Imperial wheat. Don't know if they tell you any. Oh, trying to pop that up. The beer is sweet, soothing, and deceptive delight. So much so, it may deceive thy sight. Should you start to see visions of Elf King fame, heed the warning once this beer gets its name. See there, it's a poem, you see. Anyways, I digress. Spelled out clearly in the Gets poem, hold on tight to a loved one and head for a home. So there you go. It doesn't tell me any more about that. I thought it might give me some flavors and aromas to look for, but it does not. We're going to do that on our own, by golly. Oh, damn. Damn, Martha. Yeah, so the aromas. Let's start there, shall we? Why not? They tell you it pours a pale gold. Okay, I'm not going to argue with them. Well, might say it's their beer, and I'm colorblind. Yeah, the aromas are interesting, and I'm not exactly sure what all I'm picking out, to be honest. Certainly feel the wheat on the nose. I feel like a honey-like sweetness, as well as maybe like a sweet apple note that I'm not 100% on, but it kind of feels like an apple. Mm. Well, the the alcohol isn't completely hidden, but it's not overpowering, nor does it get too boozy, in my opinion. But yeah, you can tell it's 8%. It ain't trying to be something it's not. Ah, mercy. For traditional German styles, I don't know if there's a craft brewery doing it any better than Urban Chestnut. They really have a handle on classic German styles. But this from the Revolution series, what they typically do is kind of meld the two. You know, they take a little bit from tradition and just kind of go their own direction. And the point I was trying to make is, yeah, you can feel a little German tradition in this beer, but you can also tell that they have made it their own. It is certainly an American craft beer, no doubt about it. And I mentioned I wasn't sure if I was picking up apple or what I was getting on the nose, and the flavors. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the apple, and I'm gonna put a slightly finer point on it, and say a Fuji apple, because it's not quite as sweet as say Red Delicious. It's not tart like a Granny Smith. You follow him? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I don't know if John Shine's still out there, old friend from way back when. John hosted a bunch of us, from a bunch of the folks from myself and a bunch of folks from Seamus's Pedal the Cause team back in 2015, and it was just so awesome. Those guys are so awesome. I can't say enough great things about Urban Chestnut. It's not just they're doing great beer, but they're just great people, and that's just the way it is. Oh. It is an interesting beer, though. The honesty is that I don't know if this particular beer is in my wheelhouse. I like to think that I know enough about beer to know if I'm drinking a good one or not, whether it's in my wheelhouse or not. Having said that, I'm not really finding anything that I can pinpoint as a flaw. And I'm certainly not saying I dislike the beer because I do like it, but it isn't one that I can really, what's the word I'm looking for? Not really, well, for me, it's just going to be one. Part of that is because it is 8%. I'm going to pour the rest of the bottle in here. Well, I thought it'd fit, but it wouldn't fit. Darn. Couldn't get it all in the glass, man. We made a nice pour out of it anyway. Let me show that to you now. That's just freaking gorgeous. Yeah, there we go. That's the picture I should have taken. Anyway, I digress, man. Oh. The holidays are upon us. The Beer Whisperer doesn't escape those. I'm not opposed to somebody saying Happy Holidays. I'm not opposed to somebody saying Merry Christmas. I'm not opposed to somebody saying Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. Kiss my ass. Hell, I don't care. I don't know why some of us get so uptight about what greeting. They didn't say Merry Christmas. They're being politically correct. No, they're not. Maybe that's just what they say, man. Not everybody's a Christian, nor does everybody have to be. That's why you say Happy Holidays. Because there are other people celebrating holidays this time of year, you narcissistic Christian. Anyway, I digress. I say that I am a Christian. And I do celebrate Christmas. And I do say Merry Christmas. But I'm not going to get my knickers in a twist if somebody tells me Happy Holidays. I'm gonna appreciate that they gave me a greeting. How about that? How about we all just be grateful and quit being narcissistic turds? Anyway, see what this beer is doing to me? I say this in a lot of videos, and nobody ever believes me. I say it in a lot of videos because it's true, and it's true with this one. This is my first beer of the day, but I am tired, man. It's the end of a long work week. I've been in excruciating pain this week. I've had bad knees for a while, and about a year and a half ago I had surgery on my left knee for a torn meniscus, but they had to take out more than they had initially thought they were going to have to, and he told me at the time I was going to need a knee replacement. But and then I recently went back to the doctor, and they said, probably better sooner than later. What they basically said was, it's not going to get better. So, that arthritis is going to get worse, the bone's going to deteriorate, the earlier you have it done. I have to wait a minimum of 3 months from now, because I had him put a cortisone shot in at the time, because I knew there was no way I could afford to take off work. So I've got to figure out how I can afford to take a month off of work. But that's a tragedy for another day. I'll probably have to wait till summer. I'm hoping I can make it that long. But in the meantime, I hope everybody's enjoying the holidays with their family. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. It makes me no never mind. Festivus, hey, I'm down. I may throw out a Festivus pole in the front yard just this year just to tick off some of the neighbors. I'm that kind of guy. I'm all about keeping peace in the valley. Anyway, I digress. I've ran this off long because this isn't a beer I wanted to pound. This really is a beer that you want to sit and savor. Most big beers are. Some like to pound them. I'm about appreciation. I'm pulling out fruit notes now that I've let this sit, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be getting fruit notes or not. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm getting a apricot. I mentioned apple earlier, but now that I've let this sit, I definitely feel like I'm getting some apricot nectarine in there. I'm still going to go with the honey. You do feel some of that alcohol on the back end. I ain't going to lie. I'm not going to tell you I'm fab. But, I mean, again, to me, when people use that word boozy, boozy implies that it's off-putting in some way or maybe a flaw. And I don't feel it to be in the boozy way. Just because you can feel some alcohol doesn't mean it's off-putting or even boozy, as some like to say. But I mean, having said that, it is an 8% Imperial wheat. Yeah, you're gonna feel something. You're gonna feel something, Martha. Anyway, I digress. We're gonna shut this down. Oh, have you thought enough, you long-winded bastard? I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. I hope everybody is enjoying the holidays. Whichever one that you celebrate. So I'm gonna, from my end, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, and Merry Christmas to y'all. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom. I was trying to grow this fuzz. Believe I've had this going for a month, 4 weeks. That's it. One more time. I got sidetracked. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and I've always said that if you act like this all the time, no one knows when you are drinking. All around good guy. Cheers.